Hey, what's up, everyone? Sorry about if you can probably can see me or not, so sorry about that. But anyway, this is a preview of the Bucks 2018-2019 season. So as we saw in the preseason, they ended up with a record of 3-1, and they finally got their roster spot like to 15 plus two-way players they have. So Christian Wood did win that final spot, and I can understand why they have him win that spot because like how good he was playing, and plus having like double doubles in the game. I think it was 3 out of the 4 games he had like a double double. But I know he was killing the rebound department, which I know they needed help with. So I know that's a good thing. But I really feel great about this season. Like I'm really pumped ever since I saw ever since I would say the when the new arena was starting to get built and they finally got the go ahead to make it. I just been pumped about this since then. Also did get to see inside the arena. I didn't put a video of that up yet, but I will soon. Also, it just they added Ursan Ilyasova, Pat Cunnington, and Brook Lopez, which most likely he will probably be their starting center unless they change the lineup tomorrow, which is they got Charlotte Hornets at 6 p.m. Central Time on Fox Sports Wisconsin. That'll be here in Wisconsin. Um, it just like it's like a lot to be excited about, especially if you saw like some of the games they play in the preseason game. They looks like right now they're good at shooting threes better. Like with that last preseason game against Minnesota, they had like 25 out of 48 3 points, like 48 attempt and 25 made. So that's a big change. But the rebound will be a little bit better, but it won't be like the greatest. They won't be like down low. But with Mike Budenholzer as a coach, you can see the changes ever since like the first preseason game. You saw the changes in most of these players' game and just been very good. And it seems like Malcolm Brogdon is going to be in the starting lineup as the shooting guard, which I'm fine with because it seems like Tony Snell. I'm sorry if I said Smell, but with Tony Snell, he's I think he improved a little bit, but like not enough to be in the starting lineup. And then look at it last season that it was kind of a mistake for him being in the starting lineup. But before I go on and do my predictions, there's something I do want to read. So let me see if I can find it because I think like it's just plain ridiculous on. Just hold on a second here. Come on, go to today. I'm sorry, guys. Just let's see. Let's see what they go to that page. Let's see what's on here. No, I read that already. Okay, found it. But this article was posted today. If I can get onto it. And I'm gonna read the whole article things for y'all to listen to. Let's see. If you're a fan of the mediocrity, the Bucks are your team. By Jerry Wolfell. Well, this guy is supposed to be like a journalist and let's see. He's an award-winning reporter and columnist. Has covered wide range sports over his 3 decades of professional journalism. But maybe award-winning journalist. But I think like if people read this article, I think most of you guys are gonna be irate. So he did mention about okay, they playing their new venue and stuff and all that, but they saying it seems like they're gonna end up with the same results in the season as they were last season. So he mentions about starting from 2014, 2015, when they finished like sixth in the Eastern Conference with a 41-41 record. Then the 2015-2016 season where they ended up 33-49 and finished 12th in the East, and they didn't make the playoffs. They went 42-40 and kind of tied with Indiana for the sixth seed, but I think they was up there in the sixth seed, and then Indiana ended up with the seventh seed. And they increased their record last season for 44-38, which they were tied with Miami, but they ended up getting the seventh seed. The Bucks combined 4 year under the owners was right now is like 160 to 168, like 160 wins, 168 losses, like wherever with that. Um, he couldn't even put 2018, 2019 up there, right? He had 218, 29. And he claimed that he talked to a highly respected longtime NBA official on his thoughts about the Bucks. And he claimed that his response, and he agrees with him, that they're going to be, once again, the sixth seed in the East. Because they're claiming that they lost Jabari Parker, they're not going to amount to anything, which is kind of ridiculous. And I think he don't realize it's like they didn't match well, and there's a lot of people, some of the social medias agree with that Parker and Kubo didn't match well because of the positions. It's like they tried to do Jabari Parker, put him at the power forward and Giannis at the small forward. That did work, but that wasn't giving you like rebounds out of Jabari Parker. He wasn't getting that many rebounds a game as a power forward, which is I don't know why they, And plus, I admit I was a little bit skeptical with Jabari Parker, but not like the way he plays, but like, okay, they had all these forwards, and it's like, how they gonna do this? And as you saw, I don't know, it just didn't seem right, and I'm not saying that it was wrong or anything like that, but I know they want to pick like the best player available. But,
About who?
oh, Jabari Parker. But I know they want to pick the best player available at that draft pick, and they chose Jabari Parker over any other players like Joe Embiid and
But
so
he
on.
was the best at the time.
Yeah, he was.
He was just taken down by unfortunate injuries that, crippled his career with us.
Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't mean he still won't be a good player. He was just now isn't the player that the team needs. They did the right thing, in my opinion, in trading him.
Oh,
I
let him
think-
go.
Yeah, I think they could have done it in a better way, but because there's obviously hostility there.
Well, I think the thing was is like they wanted to keep him, but he was asking for too much money for what he think he was worth, especially if you're gotten injury after injury.
Right. And that to me is the issue. It's not so much, you know, his playing skills and everything. Because of his injuries, he really didn't have chance to prove he had those skills.
Right. But
It was like saying to trust me, I'm worth the money.
right.
Well, you've got to prove you're worth the money.
Exactly.
And I will say this, he did have utmost respect for, what's it called? The medical staff.
Oh yeah.
And that goes a long way in my opinion as well. Because when you've heard interviews with him, he's always accredited as healing to the Bucks medical staff, so.
Right, and also he gave so much to the city, so
Yeah.
I'm not on here saying that, oh, I hate the guy, which I really don't. Even when they played the Bulls, I'm not going to boo him because of what he contributed to in the city when he was here. So I'm still going to cheer for him in Chicago and see how how good they're gonna be or how bad they're gonna be this season. So
Well, and the other thing is that he put in money for the Boys and Girls Club up here, and he apparently had made, I think it was like a 3 or 4 year deal with the Boys and Girls Clubs, and they thought they were going to lose that support from him once he went, and he's still coming through with that. He's still saying no, 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 no. That's outside of basketball. That's a whole different thing. And to me, that says a lot because, you know, some players, when they leave an area, they're done. That's it. They've left the area they're done with.
right.
Please never did the dishes and put everything
Who?
away. Me.
I said cool.
Oh, I thought you said who.
No, I ain't say who. So they just saying you can't afford to lose a player with that offensive skills and not replace him and expect to get better. He was a good offensive player, don't get me wrong, but he has no defense, and especially if you saw that game last week, that he's trying, but he's still not good defensively.
Still talking about Jabari?
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, he hasn't had the experience on the court. He's still, to me, rookie status. Do you know what I mean? Because he hasn't really done a full season. If you think about it, has he?
No, he hasn't.
So it's almost like he's still on. Sorry, I'm still some of your drink.
Okay.
To me, it's like he's still on rookie level.
Right now, his record looked like a lot better than that number 1 pick that Cleveland gave to Minnesota. So.
Well, let's see how the season goes, you know?
Right. If y'all don't know, Jabari Parker did sign a 2-year contract with the Chicago Bulls. It's like 2 year, $40 million, but the Bulls have an option to re-sign him after this season, and it'd be another $20 million. So mainly they talking about, okay, Boston is definitely the best. After Boston, in no order, Toronto, Philly, and Washington. Well, I believe that Washington is not going to get up there. They're going to probably increase, but they're not going to get like be in the top 4. I don't even think Philly is going to be in the top 4 because they only had like one addition. They got an aging Wilson Chandler, and also I know they need a small forward, but I think they need a better, younger small forward, not for who they picked up. And I don't see Philly gonna be up there because they lost some of their acquisitions that they had last season because before the trade deadline last year, they was like the sixth seed. And as soon as they added, I think I think it was Mario Bellicho or Marcio Bellicho. I can't say his name. It was him and Erison. They added, then they had shooters, which right now they have like shooters, but they don't have like shooters on the bench. But apparently Markel Fultz is going to start probably playing at the shooting guard and keep Ben Simmons at the point. Oh God, just keep on. But like I say, I think Philly is going to drop some. They're not probably going. They're most likely not going to be in the top four. See, he also talking about Celtics starting five and stuff, but he also put here's the order. It was he said it's not in the order, but it is. I guess the official he was talking to, he saw Boston, Toronto, Philly, Washington. Claim that's not in order, but Indiana, then Milwaukee, then Miami, then Detroit. But he agrees with that, but whatever. Let's see. Like if they lost Giannis and Chris to injury, can you say lottery? Apparently, if them two like get injured, of course they claim that they're gonna be like a lottery team. But you never know how Eric Bledsoe is gonna play if he's like without them two. So they still got a former All-Star and Brook Lopez. You also got Malcolm Brogdon. So, but this is his order. This is Jerry's order in the Eastern Conference. He's got Boston at first seed, Washington second seed, Philadelphia third seed, Toronto fourth seed, Milwaukee fifth seed, Indiana sixth seed, Miami seventh seed, and Detroit eighth seed. And the thing is, he didn't put Cleveland in here, but that's another story for another time. I'm not going to read the West, but overall, I think this journal is. I understand we're missing some scoring knowledge of Ari Parker, and plus, well, he didn't play a full season with an injury and stuff. But the point is, he's trying to say that they are better with him than without him. But like I said, the past four games that I've seen, especially that Oklahoma City Thunder that they lost, and when they played overtime on that game. I don't know what he's been watching or been paying attention and stuff, but like I said, I saw, and I know everybody else did too. Like they saw like the difference between the coaching of Jason Kidd and the coaching of Coach Budenholzer.
Big
Yeah,
difference.
big difference.
You can see that the coach now is holding his players accountable for their actions. Don't you agree?
I agree.
It's not just he's saying, yeah, I'm the coach, but you got to step up and do your thing too. And I don't want to say he was reaming people a new asshole, but he was definitely, you could see his displeasure in certain things, and I think that's what it needs. You can't have a coach who's your best friend.
Right.
You've got to be friends with the person you're working with so that you actually get stuff done right.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole being like best friend type of deal just isn't how it works. And I think Jason Kidd was so much of more of a friend than
a
coach.
Yeah, you could be right. Well, you are right because like I never. Like with Jason Kidd, I didn't have that much complaints, but from what I'm seeing from back then to now, I can see why everybody, wanted Jason Kidd gone.
And I think that's part of the thing is that sometimes you can't see because they did start out so strong.
Yeah.
And then it slowly slid. And when you get used to seeing that slow slide, you don't really see, well, everyone's like, well, what did he do wrong? Well, hold on a minute. Now when you look back, it's like, oh,
Right.
that's where he went wrong. That's where we made mistakes. By the way, anybody wanting a do-rag like KJ's, I do make them. They're $10 each.
If you guys can see them, so.
Sorry, tout for business. I can do Bucks, Brewers, and Packers.
Right, you can. But I'm predicting that the Bucks will be very close to 50 wins, and I think they will make either the third or the fourth seed. But I'm going to decide that they're going to be like the fourth seed, just in case another team, emerge and improve. But I think they can win the division as well. So I think they're going to win the division this season as well. I think Giannis is going to be better, and I think we're going to finally have two All-Stars instead of one this coming season. And I think it's going to be either Middleton or Bledsoe, but like I said, we see, or it could be three of them, depending on the what seed they're in, or they're in the first, second, or third, or fourth. So we will see. But that's my opinion about the Milwaukee Bucks. And like I said, their first game is on the road tomorrow, and their first home game is on Friday, 7:30 Central Time. So y'all go ahead and check out my past videos of WFSO, whether you're into basketball or wrestling. And I forgot to mention, this video is sponsored by Lay's Potato Chips. Go get you some. But check out our website, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. Also, look for us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And like I said, look for our videos right here on YouTube. We are getting a lot of people like subscribing to our channel lately, so we want to have more. So just keep them coming. If we do end up getting a certain amount of subscribers, we will do a contest. So we will see where we get at with the subscriptions and go from there. So anyways, I think that's pretty much it. So see you later, and go Bucks.